Luckily, she managed to escape, but Minnie and Daisy watched the rest of the movie with the lights on. When the movie was over, the friends got ready for bed. Minnie tried not to jump every time she heard a strange sound. Daisy tried to ignore the creepy shadows on the wall. Soon, they got into bed and wished each other sweet dreams, but an hour later, they were still awake. "That movie scared me," Minnie finally admitted. "Somehow, an invisible monster is even worse than one you can see. Just imagining what it might look like gave me goosebumps." "I got goosebumps too," replied Daisy. She tried to cheer up her friend by making a joke, especially when that girl wore the ugly sweater with mustard yellow sparkles. "I've never seen anything so frightening." Minnie suggested they drink some warm milk to make themselves sleepy. After 2 big mugs full, they were back in bed and still awake. "It's not working," Daisy groaned. "What should we do now?" "How about counting sheep?" Minnie replied. She closed her eyes and began picturing a meadow full of them. Daisy closed her eyes too, but she decided to count other things instead. Finally, the girls started to drift off. Then suddenly, they heard a loud scratch. "What was that?" Daisy cried. "I don't know," Minnie said, huddling under her blankets. "Maybe it was just a branch scraping against the window?" "Yes, that must be it," replied Daisy, but she wasn't convinced. A few minutes later, they heard another scratching and then a loud screech. "Ha! Ha!" yelled the girls. "What if it's the invisible monster with 10-foot claws?" asked Daisy. Minnie took a deep breath. "Let's try to stay calm," she said. "I'm sure whatever is making those noises is perfectly harmless. There's only one way to find out." "What's that?" asked Daisy. "We have to be like the girl in the movie and investigate," said Minnie. "Okay." Daisy nodded nervously. "But I'm not dressing like her." So the pair tiptoed towards the sound of the scratching. They seemed to be coming from outside the door. "Let's peek out of the window," suggested Daisy. "Maybe we can see something." Minnie pulled aside the curtain and let out a loud gasp. "What is it?" asked Daisy. "Kittens!" cried Minnie. She quickly threw open the door and brought them inside. "Poor things. Do you think they're lost?" Daisy asked. "Maybe," Minnie replied. "We'll ask around the neighborhood tomorrow and see if they belong to anyone. In the meantime, I'll make up the spare bed," said Daisy. "What spare bed?" Minnie wondered. Daisy grabbed her laundry basket. "This one," she said. Who would have guessed that our monster would turn out to be furry and cute?" Minnie asked as she snuggled back into her sleeping bag. "Not me," Daisy replied, and the 2 girls burst into giggles. Just a few minutes later, Minnie, Daisy, and the not-so-scary kittens were all fast asleep. The end.